Should you sleep with your Apple Watch? Well, I don't know if you should, but I'll tell you why I started doing it again after stopping about 2 years ago. I said in that video, which you can watch up here, that I stopped sleeping with my watch because I lost my job and I would just turn off my alarm from my watch, turn over and sleep some more. But over the past little while, I've started sleeping with my watch again, and now it's actually better than ever. Firstly, I want to address the problem of it not being comfortable on my wrist when I'm sleeping. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even give it any second thought now when I'm going to bed. I don't even notice it when it's on my wrist, and sometimes I even forget that I have it on in the morning, and I have to check and make sure that I have it on before I go to work, because obviously I have to close my rings. Anyway, most days I charge my watch when I shower or about half an hour before I go to bed so that it can be charged for when I'm ready to go to bed. That gives it about an hour of charging each day, so it works out there. I got this watch back in 2020, so it's coming up on 3 years, but the battery is still more than sufficient for me. It was just a matter of time before I got comfortable with sleeping with it on my wrist and stuff like that. It's just like, when you start something new, it feels uncomfortable at first. But the main reason that I started sleeping with my watch again was because with watchOS 9, sleep tracking got added and it intrigued me, or I should say it got improved. Before watchOS 9, it just told you that you spent X amount of time in bed and you got out of bed at X time. There wasn't any information to deep dive on, and I'll do my best to try and show that here somehow because I don't have any footage of the old versions of watchOS, but that's not important. The important thing is that, like I said, they added the sleep stage tracking, which was something that I was excited for. I've said before that sleep is very important and that we shouldn't be neglecting it, which is why I made videos talking about my nightly routine, how to get out of bed fast, and why you shouldn't evaluate your life at night, all of which you can watch with the links down below. But before we get into the actual sleep stage tracking, I just wanted to preface this part of the video and say that I'm aware that you can probably get better sleep tracking with other equipment. I know there's like a ring that you can wear and it's called like the Oura ring or something like that, and that can probably track your sleep a bit better, but I'm not gonna go out and spend $300 on a sleep ring when my watch can do that for me and more. So going into the health app on my phone, I can see here that I'm getting a pretty detailed chart or graph of how I slept. I can see my time in bed, I can see my time asleep, and clicking on the little information tab shows you some more information on the sleep stages. As you can see here, awake is, the time you spent awake in bed. It will also show the times that you actually woke up, maybe to turn over or to use the washroom or something like that, but I don't get up to use the washroom or anything like that. Once I'm in bed for the night. Next is REM sleep. REM sleep is responsible for playing a key role in memory, refreshing your brain, and it's where most of your dreaming happens. I'm not sure why, but apparently our eyes move from side to side, and REM sleep occurs within about 90 minutes of falling asleep. Moving on to core sleep, this is where our muscle activity lowers and our body temperature drops. This also represents the bulk of our time asleep. Sometimes it's referred to as light sleep, but it's just as critical as any other sleep stage. And finally, we have deep sleep, which allows our body to repair itself and release essential hormones. It happens in longer periods during the first half of the night, and it's often difficult to wake up from because you're so relaxed. In addition to the stages of sleep, it can also show your heart rate range and your respiratory rate. But enough of all this technical mumbo jumbo. Me personally, I'm a numbers and a graph person. I like to see the data and I like to be able to interact with it and see what's going good and what can be improved on. And just being able to see this graph is really helpful. So that's essentially why I started sleeping with my watch again. Is it a perfect solution? Well, no. But I think it collects and provides good enough data to show if something was going wrong and where things can be improved. At the end of the day, sleeping with my watch has been beneficial to me. It's helped me see crucial things about my sleep, and I think if there was ever something wrong with my sleep, it can help me and medical professionals figure out what the problem might be, as opposed to not having any data at all. And yes, I still do turn off my alarm from my watch when I get out of bed. And as always, thanks for watching.